What's up, YouTube? Welcome back, man, to another episode live from the couch. Whenever you're watching this episode, I hope you have a productive day. If you're watching this in the morning, I hope you have a productive day. If you're watching this after work, well, I hope you had a productive day. This is actually a solo episode, man, and it's actually my first solo episode. But there's a few things I wanted to talk about. There's a few things I've seen going on in society, and I feel like I wanted to give my thoughts on them. I feel like I came up with 5 things that we should stop doing in 2023. I know the year's almost done, but I feel like it's not too late to make that change. And man, without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first thing I think we should stop doing in 2023 is oversharing on social media. Now, I know social media is a platform. We all have that platform. It's a luxury. It's a luxury that this generation had that previous generations didn't have. But I feel like oversharing is leading to the detriment of a lot of us. And when I say oversharing, I mean, like, a lot of times, man, I see people get on social media, and they like to air out their personal business on social media. Like, I see baby moms getting on social media airing out their baby dads, or people who just like get on social media and air out other people trying to embarrass them. And my take on that is you're not really embarrassing the other person, or maybe you are, but at the same time, you're embarrassing yourself as well. You know what I mean? And in this day and age, man, it's just kind of crazy that people get on social media and try to embarrass somebody. And I believe, or I know for a fact, that 90% of the time, the person that you got a problem with, you probably have their number. That, your baby moms, you got a problem with her, you probably have her number. Your cousin, if you got a problem with her, you probably have his number or her number. So there's never really a need to get on social media and talk about your personal issues. And at the same time, some people even got the nerve, like, to get mad when they air out their personal business on social media and people have negative opinions. Like, that's clearly your fault to talk about shit on social media that shouldn't be talked about. You know what I mean? Not everything is for the internet, man, but it's just sad to see so many people air out their personal business on social media. So going forward, man, stop airing out your business on social media. It's not cool. It's lame as fuck. And y'all need to cut it out. And a lot of times, man, nine times out of 10, the people who are on social media airing out their personal business, they're looking for attention. They're not looking for a solution. Because, like I said earlier, if you got a problem with your baby moms or your cousin or whoever that's close to you, you could call them. You ain't gotta get on Instagram and air them out. You could definitely give them a call, but because you want some attention, you're gonna get on Instagram and just talk about your personal business, which is crazy. So that's number one, man. Stop doing that. Definitely stop doing that. Number 2 is, I thought long and hard about this one, and it's really just putting shit off. A lot of times, man, we have things that we want to get done in life. We have dreams that we want to accomplish, but we never ever made that first move, man. We're always waiting for the right time, the right place, the right situation. But to be honest with you, man, there's never going to be a right time. There's never going to be a right place. There's never going to be the ideal situation. You just got to get out there and do it one day. You know what I'm saying? It's so many times, man, we have long-term goals and we have long-term endeavors that we want to get to, but we ain't doing shit about it. All we do is we get up and we talk about it every single day, but we never ever actually make the first move in that direction to really get to that goal. A lot of people, man, ask me, yo, Nick, why you started your YouTube channel, bro? Like, why you even do this shit? And if you know me, bro, I'll say I suffer from, I was never a camera person. Like, if you look at my personal social media, I don't post a whole bunch of pictures, a whole bunch of videos. I'm just not that big on social media like that. But I feel like we live in a social media age. You know what I mean? And for me, it was really like a new challenge that I had to accept. You know, it's for me, I got on YouTube, but I'm like, I'm not a camera person. I'm not a social media person, but this is me facing my fear. It's like opening another dimension for me. You know, it was like, how do I say this? It was a new challenge that I wanted to conquer. So what did I do? I called up some friends. I came up with an idea. I put it together. I mean, we're still working on it. It's not perfect, but we're making steps toward that. I'm not sitting on my ass talking about, yo, man, I have this. I want to do this. I want to do this, and not make the first move. All you got to do is make that first move, man. I don't know who needs to hear this, but what you really got to do is make that first move. It's never going to be a perfect time. It's never going to be a perfect situation, but you got to get up off your fucking ass and make that first move. All right. Number 3, this one it's kind of sad or crazy that I really have to talk about this, but I'm going to talk about it regardless. A lot of times, man, I feel like today, communication and setting boundaries, so many people don't even realize they don't set boundaries. Like, you just have people in your life. You don't set any boundaries. You don't set anything. And then you wonder why things happen or things go down the way they do. In anything, man, whether it's a business relationship, whether it's a romantic relationship, whether it's a friendship, whatever it is, you got to set boundaries, because we teach people how to treat us. That's our job. It's your job to teach people how to treat you. It's your job to teach your business affiliates how to treat you. It's your job to teach your girlfriend how to treat you. You know what I'm saying? It's your job to teach your friends how to treat you. It's nobody else's job. And setting boundaries is a major part of that. You guys, I know we live in an age, man. I've seen many guys in relationships that, you know, they don't want their girl to do something, and, oh, the girl says you're controlling, you're this, you're that, you're controlling. Do y'all know why that happens? Does anybody know why shit like that happens? It happens because no boundaries were set in the beginning. You see, when a couple or whoever it is starts dating, I'm gonna just use a couple as an example. When a couple starts to date and you guys get together, you know, and you wanna have a life together, you gotta set boundaries. I feel like so many guys neglect this part of it, the initiation of the relationship. We as guys often neglect to set boundaries. So what happens later is you get called controlling, you get called all kinds of names because you didn't set expectations. Now, if you say, for example, when the girl starts to push for a relationship, you gotta lay out the law. You gotta say, hey, if you're with me, this is what I like, this is what I do, this is what I do, and she gonna lay out her expectations as well. You follow her expectations, she follows your expectations, and there'll always be problems, but for the most part, it's gonna be less problems. But what usually happens is people just get together, they don't set up no boundaries, man. If you don't like your girl staying out late, say that from the jump. Give her the option. Say, hey, I like to stay out late. He doesn't like to stay out late. So we probably shouldn't be together. We probably shouldn't be dating. You know what I'm saying? I promise you, you save yourself so much trouble by doing that shit. Because when you do that shit, first of all, you'll never be in an argument with her. Because for one, if you don't like your girl staying out too late and you say, hey, I don't like to date girls that stay out too late, or I don't like to date girls that's in the club every weekend, you and her will never be together. It's not going to work, because she's going to be disqualified out the gate. You know what I'm saying? Or if she says, I don't like guys who go to the club every weekend and turn up with their boys. I like my man to be home. If you are like that, you're going to say, well, hey, we ain't compatible. And right away you disqualify yourself from that relationship. So you're just going to find somebody else that's compatible with you. The problem is so many motherfuckers are with people they're not compatible with. You know what I'm saying? And then when shit hits the fan, or she starts to stay out late, and you say, yo, I want you home at X time, guess what she's gonna say? You're controlling. You're controlling. That's what she's gonna say. Why she say that shit? Because you never made it known from the jump. So now when you start complaining, she gonna think you bitching. she really gonna think you bitching, bro. All that shit could be avoided. All you had to do was set a fucking boundary. That's why I say boundaries are fucking important. Give me a second. Let me check my notes real quick. Next thing I want, hold on a second. God damn it. This is a big one, especially for men. This is huge. Having emotional self-control. How many of y'all know that the prison system is all about money? No, like legit. It's really just about money. It's about them counting on us to do some stupid shit, or they're counting on us to not be able to control ourselves, do some dumb shit, end up in jail, become a statistics, and they profit off that shit. Why? Because we can't control our fucking emotions, man. That's all that is. We can't control our emotions. You see, a lot of people think strength is when somebody says some shit to you, you gotta wild out. You know what I'm saying? You gotta say, yo, you ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? You gotta wild out. I ain't saying you should let people disrespect you, but there's a time and place for everything. You get what I'm saying? You gotta have emotional self-control, man. You can't be, you know, like for example, you can't be somewhere where there's a bunch of cameras and somebody says some shit to you and you lose your cool. You lose everything. You're not calm, you're not cool, you're not collect. You're flustered, you're all over the place. All because somebody said the wrong shit to you. Now you throw your entire life away. Because what's gonna happen is y'all gonna get into it. Something's gonna happen. You might end. Guns might be drawn. Who knows, bruh? Who knows what could happen? Shit can escalate. You can't predict what's gonna happen in an escalation, in an altercation. But most of the times, it ends up real bad. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people have regrets after what happened. Man, I wish I could have done this different. Come on, man. We gotta learn emotional self-control. Because if you don't have emotional self-control, you're not really, I wouldn't even say you're a man, because you can't control yourself. You have no discipline. Other people around you can control you. You know what I'm saying? All it takes, they know all they got to do is say the wrong shit. You're going to flip out. You're going to fuck up everything you got going on. Think about that shit, man. Think about what you got to lose. Before you go outside and do some dumb shit, think about what you got to lose, man. That's just life. And without self-control, without discipline, what you got? You ain't got nothing. Because I guarantee you, you will never, ever get anywhere without self-control and discipline. That's a fact. The next thing I want to talk about is think long-term. I know it sounds cliche, but think long-term. So many people, I feel like they're all about the short term. They're all about like instant gratification. I want this shit right now. Let's get this shit popping right now. And that's cool. But are you thinking long term? Man, I can't tell you how many times I see niggas, or let me not say that word, men or people, women too, just they get so much money, man. They get so much money. They get a crazy opportunity. And in no time, they're back broke and dusty. All because they were not thinking about the long term. They were thinking about the short term. I get this money right now. What am I gonna do right now? That's a bad way to go, bro. That's a sad way to go. You gotta think long term, man. I'm not saying you shouldn't enjoy the moment. You know what I'm saying? We all want to enjoy the moment and enjoy life, but we gotta think long term, man. You gotta think for your kids, for your family. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? And what are you doing about it right now? So many people, I want to get to, like I said earlier in the video, you want to get to a certain point, but you ain't doing shit about it right now. You don't like your life. You don't like your job. You don't like your girlfriend. but you ain't doing shit about it. You go to the same job, you hate your boss, you're not doing shit about it. You don't like your friends, you're not cutting them off. What are you doing, bro? Take control of your life, man. Take control of your life. All right? That's what we need to do in 2023. Comment your thoughts, man. Comment, subscribe, like the video. I'm out.